Hello all, welcome to this class on projection of solids, and in this class let's learn this hexagonal pyramid problem. And the question is, a hexagonal pyramid 25 mm sides of base and 50 mm axis length rests on HP on one of its slant edges. Draw the projections of the pyramid when the axis appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. Okay, so let's try to do this problem. So this problem is so first of all, I mean, you can just see in this problem the type of solid that is asked in this problem is a pyramid, and its shape is a hexagonal shape, and they're telling it's resting on HP on one of its slant edges. Okay, it's resting on, let's say it's resting on HP on one of its slant edges. They haven't given anything related to HP angle, but that itself we can use the slant edges. That condition is what you will have to use. So let's try to do that. So let's try to do that problem. So you can just see, let's try to draw the XY line. The next thing what you will have to do it is I mean and after drawing the reference line, let's try to name it XY and also VP HP. The next thing what you will have to do it is draw the hexagonal base shape there. So see that, let's try to draw that. So let's try to draw that. So here, so see that your let's try to, after drawing the line, just use the keyboard. So just enter the length, tab, angle and enter. Length, tab, angle, enter. 25 tab 0, enter. 25 tab 60, enter. 25 tab 120, enter. 25 tab 180, enter. 25 tab 240, enter. 25 tab 300, enter. So after doing that, you can just see the hexagon gets completed. So what you do, just try to select that hexagon and try to move a little bit in an appropriate position. Let's try to move it. So see that the copy is switched off here. So let's try to move it somewhere here. Okay. Now the next thing what you will have to do it is, see that you try to draw the diagonal lines. So just like how you do, so from each edge. So I mean, if it was a pentagon, you would have done it from each edge, from the midpoint of each edge, trying to join the opposite corner. But here you can try to draw the diagonals just by joining the opposite corners. So you get, it's quite simpler in a hexagon. So that's it. So let's try to, after that what you will have to do it is go to, I mean, now the normal lines and try to draw projections. So let's try to draw projections here. So and let's try to name the base of the pentagon A, B, A, B, C, D, E and F. E and F. And let's try to draw the midpoint of it. O1. So now let's try to place all these points in an appropriate position. You can even zoom it and then place it, so that you can, when you zoom it and place it, you can do it much better. So see that you try to switch off the copy and place it correctly in an appropriate position. So even this VPHP, even that also you can try to place it somewhere correctly in a correct position there. And then just like that, let's try to even place this Y also. Okay. The next thing what you will have to do it is try to draw the I mean the front view. So see that even from the center, even center line is drawn from here, a projection line is drawn. Okay, now using that is what we'll be drawing. So they are telling the axis length is 50, so go to line. Already line command is selected. So let's try to give, I mean by selecting center line, let's try to give the axis length as 50. And now go to line again, select visible line and try to join it from each of these projections to that apex. Because as this is a pyramid problem, the front view will be it will have this triangular shape, so that is very important. I mean as all the lateral surfaces will be of triangular shape, so that is very important. Okay, so once you can check it once whether it is correct. So yes, it looks fine. So now what they are telling us, you can, so okay, before doing that let's try to finish off this. So see that you try to name it correctly. So go to text command, go to text command and try to name. So if this is A, this one will be A dash, and here when the observer sees from here, B will be visible while F will be hidden. So in the front view it will be written it will be mentioned as B dash, F dash, and when he sees from here, C will be, I mean this point C will be hidden while C will be visible while E will be hidden. So it will be mentioned as C dash, and within the brackets E dash, and similarly this one will be mentioned as D dash. And when he sees from here actually, so O1 is what it is mentioned as, so O will be visible, so O is the apex, and O1 will actually be the base. So the base is O1 dash, O1 dash, and the apex is O dash, O dash. So once you can just see this apex looks slightly it looks wrong here. So one of the visible lines. So let's try to redraw it. So let's try to redraw it from let's after by just by zooming it you can redraw it much better. So let's try to first fit it and then try to redraw that. So go to line, visible line. So from here let's try to draw it here. So now it looks fine. So now we have named all these points, but let's try to place it correctly by let's try to zoom it and place it correctly. So go to this move command, see that the copy is switched off. So let's try to name it, place it correctly in an appropriate position. And let's try to place this also correctly in an appropriate position. Okay, now that's fine. Now the first stage of the problem gets over. Let's go to the second stage. The second stage, what they're telling is they haven't I mean exactly given in what angle it is inclined, but you can just see the hexagonal pyramid of 25 mm sides of base and 50 mm axis rests on HP on one of its slant edges. So they're telling that is resting on HP on one of its slant edges. So that is what is the clue given. So the slant edge, in the sense it is either this end or this side. So this is what is the slant edge. You can just see among all these three are just like edges only. But you can just say this O dash, A dash, or O dash and D dash, or A dash and D dash. All these three are edges, but slant edges are only O dash and A dash, and O dash and D dash. So let's try to take this O dash, and A dash is the one of the slant edges. So it's trying to rest on this in the sense. So let's try to first select that. So see that you can you need not you can use this control button directly, so that you need not select all the, so that if you try to select at a time all these even text gets selected, you will have to delete it again and redraw it, so that's a bit time consuming. So what you can do it, you can just try to select it first, select it using control button, so using control key. So let's try to select it using control key. So now you can just see I have just selected users. I mean I have selected that using control key. See that a copy is switched on. So let's let me try to pick from this end this corner and try to place it. So now what I can do it is try to rotate that. See that the copy is switched off now. So it is mentioned clearly it's resting on one of its slant edges. So this is the slant edge wherever I've placed my cursor. I mean, as you know, in this front view there are two slant edges, two slant edges. So O dash A dash, that is the slant edge. So try to select this corner and that corner and try to place that exactly here. So you can just see now this is resting on its slant edges. So it is just like this. You will have to draw it. What you can do immediately, go back to move and try to move that even more bit. I mean nearer, so that you can save some space for the third stage. So now what you can do next thing is go to zoom area and try to move all these points. See that a copy is switched on here again. So copy is switched on and see that you try to unselect this so that only then you can do it. So see that by using move option, let's try to do that. So copy is switched on. So this is O dash. So this is O dash and this is A dash. So this is A dash and this is B dash F dash. And similarly this one is O1 dash. This one is C1 dash E1 dash and this one is D dash. So we have just done that one. So now what we have to do it is we'll have to draw projections from each point. So now again you can zoom in, you can zoom that area. You can try to zoom this area clearly. So go to normal lines. So from O dash to here is O. So similarly from O1 dash, let's try to draw a vertical projector. So from A dash to A, it's already drawn. And let's try to draw from B dash and join it here. Similarly from C, already a horizontal projector is drawn. So from C, let's try to draw a vertical projector. See that this line isn't straight. So see that the projectors are also straight. If it is not correct, let's try to redraw that. See that the projector lines are also straight actually. So let's try to zoom this area. So if there are any extra, so you can trim these extra lines. So from O dash and O1 dash we have already drawn the projectors. A dash, B dash we have drawn it, and from C dash have drawn it. Similarly from D dash, so I will draw from D dash as well. And from E dash already a projector is drawn. E dash and F dash already two projectors are drawn, but from here horizontal projectors. So let's try to draw. So E dash is still here. Well, F dash is still here. Okay, that's fine. Now let's try to zoom that. So let me try to zoom that, and now let me try to move these points. See that the copy is switched on. So this is A dash, and therefore this one will be A. This point will be A, and B dash will be this will be B. And similarly C dash. So C dash, the projector is drawn, and where is C? C is here. Therefore C is here. And next one is from D. D is here. D, a projector is drawn from there, and D is here. Therefore D, this is D. And E and F. So E is drawn from here. Therefore this one is E. And F is drawn from here. Therefore this will be F. So we have named A, B, C, D, E, F, and O. So this one will be O1. So this one will be O1. We can't move it, but we can, using text option, we can try to draw that. O1, and this one will obviously be O. So using move option now, see that the copy is switched off. See that it's placed appropriately in in a correct position like this. So just you can just see all the points have just been drawn here. So this is F and this is E, O1, A, B, C, D, E, F, O. Okay. So we can place the other points also in the correct position. Okay. Now we have just drawn all the points. Now let's try to zoom that area. Now when the observer sees from here, that is wherever I've placed my cursor, mouse cursor, when he sees from here, this point will actually be visible, this OD. OD will be actually be made visible. So that is the first thing what you will have to do. And later, the next thing what you will have to do it is join the boundaries by the boundary points by using visible lines. So that is the next thing what you will have to do. Next, directly see which is the outermost point. The outermost point is actually A. So A is the outermost point, or you can also say O dash is sometimes the outermost point. So the lines that is coming from those points will actually be made hidden. So you can just see which is the lines that is coming from that particular points. So you can just see. Let's try to consider O as the the outermost point. So O or A mostly both are like outermost points only. So let's try to say O is the outermost point. So O to B and O to F. So that one will actually be made the hidden line. So O to B and O to F. So apart from that, O to A can also be made hidden. So because that is outermost one, that one will actually be made hidden. So O to B, O to A and O to F. So that one will actually be made hidden. So O to B, A and F. So first thing what you'll have to do it is, you can just see this is the from the observer sees from here D to C and D to E. So okay, before that you can also say that let's try to make the boundaries visible. So let's try to zoom this area and let's try to make the outermost boundaries visible. So from O to E is a boundary, E to F is a boundary, F to A is the outermost boundary, A to B is the outermost boundary, B to C, C to O. So these points are all outermost boundary lines. So the next thing is make the hidden ones. So you can just see here clearly, as I told, O dash is the outermost point. So O dash to B, O dash to F dash, O dash to A dash, O to B, A and F. So O to B, O to F, O to A. So O to B and F first. Let's try to make that hidden. O to B and F, because why it has to be made hidden is because you can just see here, this is the outermost point. O to, so the lines that is coming from that will be made hidden. So O to B and O to A. So but this one will not be hidden, because when he sees from here, these points will be visible. But here you can just see this one is the endmost one. So that's the reason why only these two lines will actually be made hidden. So O to A and O to B. So that one. So O to B and O to A. So if you ask me which one will prevail, suppose if there is a hidden visible line, and if there is, which one will prevail over hidden and visible, it is the visible one will prevail. But here O to B and O to F, that one will be drawn using a hidden line. So go to point 5. So O to B hidden, O to F is a hidden one. See that you try to zoom this and see that if it is correct. Okay, that's fine. So next one is O to A. So O to A will also be made hidden. But there is see, you can't directly make it hidden. O to A. See, O to A, there is a point also called D here. But when the observer sees from here, D is visible. Therefore, D to A will not, actually only D to A or something like that only has to be made with a, O to D. This is actually the visible point. So the line coming from there, from D, that should be made visible, because when the observer sees from here, wherever I place the cursor, D is visible. Therefore, the line that is coming from D is this O. That O should be made visible. So D to O is actually a visible line. So go to visible line. So from D to O is a visible line. But according to this condition, the endmost point O to A must be hidden. Just now what I told you, O to A already there is a visible line. So on a visible line, if you try to draw a hidden line, which one has to be picked is, which one has to be chosen between, that is visible line has to be chosen. So O to A is has to be hidden, but O to D is already a visible line. So don't draw a hidden line over this. Only from D to A you just try to draw a hidden line. But before that, try to trim this normal line and then try to draw the hidden line over that. So hidden line, say that the thickness is 0.5 and try to draw the hidden line over that. So next one is O to O1 has to be made a center line, but already there are like many, you can clearly see that there are already many, what to say, visible hidden lines. So over that visible and hidden lines you can't draw any center line. So the first which, I mean, whenever if which one will prevail among center line and hidden line is a hidden line. So first preference is given for visible line, then hidden line, and then only the center line. So now here you could not see a hexagon still. See this, I mean, just see from, you can just see clearly here. So D to C, D to E and all has to be made visible. So D to C and D to E, because when the observer sees from here, D to O was made visible. Similarly, D to C and D to E, that one will also be made hidden. That one will also be made visible, sorry. So D is here, while D to, so go to visible, D to C and D to E and D to C. So I mean, I guess all the, I mean, entire one is completed right now, the second stage. So I think that ends that second stage. Now the next thing what you will have to do it is do the third stage. In the third stage, just see the question. They are telling draw the projections of the pyramid when the axis appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So appears to be, in the sense, don't get confused. We are not going to find any apparent angle and all, nothing. So that's fine. So nothing, everything is fine there. So I mean, just draw a normal line of 45 degrees. So let me try to draw like this. And now go to angle between and see that the angle between this is 45 degrees. So now this axis OO1, that axis has to be inclined here. So what we'll have to do it is go to zoom. So see that you are trying to select this. So again, just you can select that using so that a copy is switched on. So that instead of selecting at a time, let's try to select only the lines by using control key. But another thing is, see, when you're selecting like this, the center lines, this O1, that will not get selected. So what you can do is you can try to use the split option and try to retain that center lines also, center O1, so that it will be very easier. Now let's use control key and try to select each line. So now after I've done that split option, you can just see only this line has got selected. If you haven't used that split option, this entire projection would have got selected. So now let me try to move from here, from this O corner, and let me try to place it over here. So now let me try to use rotate option, so that copy is switched on. So let me try to select this completely. So let me try to select this corner and this opposite corner, and let me try to rotate like this. So see that here the copy is switched off. So Control Z. So that copy is switched off here. So let's try to rotate that. See that copy is switched off. Select this one corner and the other corner, or this O1 will be fine. So let me try to overlap here like this. So that's fine here. So now let me try to go to move and copy is switched on. And let me try to, I mean, first you unselect this, only then you can try to do that. See that you are unselecting that. So now see that copy is switched on, and try to move all these points to its respective position. So C, B, so this is A, F, E, O1 and D. So now all the points have been moved now. So the next thing what you will have to do it is zoom it and try to draw the projections. So from A to A dash is here. B to B dash is here. C to C dash is here, and D to D dash is here. Well, E to E dash is here, and F to F dash is here, and O to O dash is here. And O1 to O1 dash. So now we have just drawn all the projections. So let's try to zoom that and try to move those points. So see that copy is switched on again. So O to O dash is here. Therefore, this one will be O dash. So that point will be O dash. And A to, so this point will actually be this point is actually A dash. So that point is A dash, and so this is a projection from B. So this one will be B dash. So you can't move B dash. So instead, let's try to name it B dash, and then place it appropriately in a position. Next one is B dash, and then C dash. So C dash, this is C dash. So let's try to use text option and try to type it. So this is C dash. So this is A dash, B dash, C dash, and look where is D dash. So D dash is here. So D dash is this, and D dash is here. So you can try to move D dash directly by switching on a copy, and D dash is this. So that is D dash. Then E dash and F dash. So E dash. So E dash is this. This is E dash. See that copy is switched on. That is E dash, and look where is F dash. This is F dash, and so see that copy is switched off now, and already there is a copy that is existing. So see that you are using the copy and move command correctly. So okay, now we have got all the 6 points: A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash, F dash, and O dash also, and O1 dash. So O1 dash. So this is here is what O1 dash is. So let's try to make a copy of it, and this is O1 dash. So that's fine. So now we'll have to join it. So when the observer sees from here, this complete face will actually be visible: A, B, C, D, E, F, E, and F. And another thing is very important is in pyramids, obviously, you see, whenever we are placing this, we are trying to rotate this second stage top view. So, in the third stage, we will have to make such a way that this base has to be visible to the observer. So that is very, very important. So, if the reverse one was there, like for example, if the apex was visible and base was not visible, then lots of hidden lines will be there. So it could be very confusing for us also to draw the final front view. So whenever this base is visible, the majority of the part will actually be made hidden. So it could be quite very easier. So now let's try to draw it. So when the observer sees from here, wherever I've placed the cursor, this base will completely be visible. Therefore, A, B, C, D, E, and F, that one will completely be joined using visible line. The outermost point is here is O, and the lines that is coming from O to E and O to C. So O to E and O to C, that one will actually be made hidden. So, and also O to D. So O to C, O to D, and O to E actually it is. So that one will actually be made hidden. So let's try to draw that. Actually, it is not O to E, but it is, I think, O to F. Okay. Okay, let's try to draw this. I mean, this. Let's try to join this A, B, C, D, and F using a visible line first, and then let's try to do it. Let's try to find out which is the hidden one. So A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash, C dash to E dash, D dash to E dash, E dash to F dash, and F dash back to A dash. So the next thing what you will have to do it is join the boundary line. So that is very important. So from here we'll just join it to here, and then from B dash to F dash, that is another boundary line. From A dash to B O dash, that is another boundary line. So the next thing what you'll have to do it is for these three lines, D dash, E dash, and F dash. So what happens when the observer sees from here, that is from here, actually you can just see clearly that when he tries to see, this is the endmost point actually. So this is the endmost point. So which one will actually be made hidden? So that is very important. So O to E and O to F. So and O to D, that one will actually be made hidden because O to E, O to F, and O to D, this is the endmost point. But when he sees from here, this one will actually be made visible. But O to C will not be. O to C will actually be a visible one only, because when he sees from here, this one will be visible. So O to E, O to F, and O to D, that one will actually be made hidden. So O to D, E, and F. So let's try to make that hidden. So let's try to do that. So go to hidden line. So let's try to make the thickness 0.5. So O to D, O to E, and O to F. That one will actually be made hidden. And then the final one, what you'll have to do it is, mark the center line between O to O1. So you can just see now that completes the problem. So we have done everything. So you can, as I told in the previous problems itself, see that you try to indicate the dimensions by using smart dimensioning option, as well as this distance between and angle between. So that ends this problem. Thank you for watching. Take care.